I have a question in mind. Are you true to yourself, or do you care about what other people think of you? According to Dr. Seuss, you have to be who you are, say what you feel, because people who don't mind matter, and people who matter don't mind. This means that you should be who you are and say what you feel. People shouldn't care much about what other people think of them, but should care about what they think about themselves. I will be illustrating this quote in 3 ways. First, let's take Malcolm X. Malcolm X was part of the Black Civil Rights Movement. He challenged the mainstream of the movement, which was led by Martin Luther King Jr. He told his followers to defend themselves from the white aggression by any means necessary. For example, if the blacks were protesting and the whites suddenly came and started hurting the blacks were supposed to defend themselves and even fight back if necessary. Malcolm X was the leader of the Nation of Islam, so it brought the black and the Islam nationalism together. Malcolm X wanted to encourage blacks who were living in a segregated America to find confidence in themselves. Malcolm X did not care about what other people thought of him. He cared about what he thought about himself and became a person that mattered. Now, let's take Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Elizabeth was part of the women's rights movement. She's worked on women education, or female education, and women's suffrage. She started the first ever women's rights convention in Seneca Falls. She was an abolitionist, despite the fact that she was turned away at the 1840 World Anti-Slavery Convention in London. Elizabeth wanted universal suffrage and split with people who she was friends with for it. Elizabeth didn't care what other people thought of her. She wanted universal suffrage and stuck to it, and became a big part of women's freedom of rights. Lastly, let's take Deborah Sampson. Deborah Sampson was a woman disguised as a man so that she could fight in the Civil War for America. She fought in the army for 17 months with her fellow soldiers under the cover of Robert Shurtleff. She was so determined to fight and not be discovered that she was a woman that when she was shot in the leg with 2 musket bullets, she decided to take them out of her leg herself without a doctor's help. She managed to take one of them out of her leg, but the other one was so deep in her leg, she couldn't take it out. But later, she was discovered by a doctor that she was a woman when she fell ill. Deborah Sampson didn't care what other people thought of her wanting to be a soldier because she was a woman. She wanted to be a soldier, and she wanted to serve her country. She also proved that women can do much more than what women are seen that they can do. All of these people are famous because they put their own opinion in front of others, what other people thought. If you want to matter in the world, you have to be willing to go against what is expected by you from the society, and try to make a change. Thank you.